Hello, everyone! This is Vinny, and Brad, Alex, and I are on vacation this week, and in place of our regular podcast, we'll be sharing another episode of Never Been a Better Podcast. Never Been a Better Podcast features a rotating crew of Austin Walker, Jeff Bakalar, Dan Reichert, and Abby Russell as they join myself and Alex each month over on the Patreon side of things. This is episode 2, featuring Abby Russell and Jeff Bakalar, and it's been slightly edited to include ad breaks. If you'd like to hear more Never Been a Better Podcast, you can head over to patreon.com/Nextlander, where you'll find all of the episodes and more. And as always, thanks for listening, and we'll be back with the regular Nextlander podcast next week.
And then it went like a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to There Has Never Been a Better Podcast. And to illustrate that point, I am joined by Alex Navarro.
I don't think I illustrate that point the way you want it to.
Okay, fair enough. There may have been a better podcast, but to illustrate that point is Jeff Bakalar.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you on a podcast, finally.
It's fucking way too long, let me tell you.
But to really illustrate that point is Abby Russell.
What's up, gamers? It's a
There
good
we
time.
go. There's the and slams open the door,
Yeah.
and she says her line, that trademark line, which is again.
What's up, gamers? It's the gamers call.
That's right. I forgot that's what you said
every
at the beginning.
podcast. It was so funny. It would just
Yeah.
be like,
God.
Then a bunch
Yeah.
of like gamers crawled out of the ocean when they heard
Yeah.
it.
Didn't you say it like, what's up, gamers? Didn't you do that?
Probably. That sounds like me. What's up, gamers?
every time. And then she'd say a joke, and then she'd do it like as a call and response after. She'd be like, and then boom, there was just poop on the floor. What's up, gamers?
But a lot of my jokes end that way.
And I for the most part, people might not remember because I edited it out a lot every time she would do it. So it probably just sounded like, and there was poop on the floor. And
Wait,
then
you
we all
edited
laughed.
those out?
I did. I took most of them out. I got a big reel though. It's fantastic. It's really
cool.
good. Yeah. It's just what's up, gamers, over and over again.
You left the hooting and hollering from the crowd in, though.
Yeah, I did. I left everything in. Well, how are you guys doing? What's up, Abby? What's up, Abby?
I'm going first. I'm doing well. Thank you for
Okay.
asking. I
What's
am a creative producer for the TV network G4.
I've heard of it.
Yes. But I also stream still, if you want
Oh
to
my
check out
gosh.
my Twitter or Twitch and also Twitter.
Uh-huh.
But I'm doing well. I miss you guys. I miss
I
hanging
miss
out.
you too.
Hell yeah.
It's been a while.
How is the weather out there right now?
Really beautiful. I honestly
Stop
forget that seasons exist. Like right now, I forget that it's hot everywhere else. I'm like, it's still snowing in other places, right? It's like I'm shocked at how quickly I adapted to the weather.
How have you adapted to that office over there? I mean, it must be as cool as our big, huge, gigantic studio that we had here.
The
on the East
cavernous studio
Yeah.
they once gave
Yeah.
us.
So
Yeah.
I was going into the office 5 days a week when I first started the job, which I was not a huge fan of, to be honest, at the start of it. And then around Christmas time, we had a huge COVID outbreak, mostly on one show. So it was very clearly from the office. And now I go into the office about once a week. So,
Okay.
yeah. But my tiny little closet studio is pretty nice.
When you say closet studio, like they have a studio that is as small as the
No, I was
studio
talking
we
about my
had?
home closet.
Because your studio looks nice. I'm seeing a
Thank
video.
you. Yeah, it
Not
looks
everyone
really
I
has
am
nice.
seen it.
literally in a closet, but it's worked out really well. I live in like a studio apartment, but a weird thing about LA is there are a million closets in every apartment. I don't really understand why. I think it's like a vanity thing. Like they would have vanities so people
I
can like
think-
sit in the mirror and do makeup.
That's just like, I remember Hoboken had that too. Like there was always, you were like, what is this room? What was this room intended to be? It couldn't be a closet, could it? It's like it's too big to be a closet and too small to be a bedroom. And it's just sort of there.
No one has basements out there, so they have to make up for that space elsewhere. So they just threw a million closets in to make up the square footage.
Yeah.
You should rent it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Rent that nook.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Yeah,
Use
rent
Airbnb
it.
that shit.
I have to
Yeah.
walk through it to get to the bathroom. So it'll be a nice intimate roommate situation.
Just get like
Yeah,
a beaded
totally.
curtain sort of thing. That's fine.
Be like, you have your own bathroom that I also use.
Yeah,
It's a very,
perfect.
that's very good. But they don't have a closet, unfortunately. Sorry, no closet. Bakalar, how are you?
Oh, I don't know, man.
It's weird. It sounds like it's been a time, huh?
Yeah, I feel like I gave birth to a website.
Wow.
That's
Congrats.
disgusting.
You're still recovering, probably.
Yeah.
No, everything's cool. It's just been a lot of what's going on. It's been fucking crazy. The last couple weeks have been real nuts, but everyone's doing good, feeling good, and it's great. Everyone's happy, and that's what I'm excited about. That everyone seems to be in a good mood, and I'm enjoying myself. So, what else can you ask for, right?
As long as you're enjoying yourself.
Everyone's smiling. If we're smiling, that's good. Step one, be happy.
Yeah.
Smiles for
right.
miles.
That's right. Who could possibly smile and not mean it?
I don't know.
Wow.
That seems like a truly unhinged.
Maybe we're about
deranged
to find
behavior.
out the smile cops are coming from somewhere in the
Yeah,
background.
where is that? Is that you, Abby?
No,
I'm so sorry. I wasn't
Okay.
sure if I should mute it or mention it, but I'm just letting the alarms go.
No, let's call all the attention to it.
I
I always
live-
do when it happens to my window.
Yeah, I live in a major city, and people love to drive
major
here.
city.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
Jeff!
it's
calm
a major
down.
city.
No,
Fancy.
she gets to say that.
Fancy.
It's Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
That is one of the ones you can say that about.
Yeah, I will say though, I find it very suburban. LA's
It's just very
suburban.
sprawling, right? Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it's like you'll have like one strip of cool shit, and then like houses with yards everywhere.
Are the yards, do they have like fruit trees and stuff in them?
Yeah,
'Cause-
but there aren't
yeah,
enough trees, so it's like you walk around and it's so sunny and you can't get any shade.
Oh yeah, they should fix that.
Oh yeah, nobody walks in LA ever.
No, it's awful.
I was watching a video where they were talking about when they were like planning out Manhattan, they were very cognizant of sunshine, and they put certain things in place that limited the amount of shadow that a building could cast, because they didn't want certain streets to be completely shaded all day.
How'd they do that?
I don't know. I was one of these like
I stopped watching at that point.
no, like
Something else.
It all seemed really hard.
No, it was what the fuck is the YouTube channel? It's like an architecture channel. I think it was like the BM1 or something like that. It's called.
Okay.
It's really
No, that's a
interesting.
different channel.
It was like the BM5. I don't know. It's some dude who's like obsessed with metropolitan architecture rather. And it's I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I wish I knew what the rest of the story was.
Yeah,
though.
like-
to really drive it home.
This is for you. This is for me to just like posit the cool idea, and then
Now-
you do the homework and be like,
Someone else does the
okay,
research.
Bakalar pushed me in the right direction. Now it's on me to fucking really understand what he was talking about.
We didn't invite you on this podcast to finish thoughts.
I couldn't. I can't do the whole goddamn story. Or I can't tell the whole story.
Just play
Sure.
the
More-
YouTube clip, Jeff.
Do it in an accent.
Why
Use
is it?
it.
Why? No, there's not an accent. It's
Do
just
an English accent
Do an
and tell me
old-timey
why buildings
accent.
can't make suns. Yes.
why buildings can't make suns. Fuck, I forget exactly the reason. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that in itself is an interesting thing.
That is interesting.
I know this.
And
because you
now
told me
from
it is.
there, you really discover and research and find out the truth. Do your own research.
Oh, you're teaching me to learn. It's like you're teaching me,
I'm
me
planting
to fish.
the morsel. I'm planting the seed.
Wow.
The desire for knowledge.
I've learned so much already.
Now
It's
go.
amazing how
Go
much
out
I've
and
learned.
seek more knowledge.
Abby, do you have a mode of transportation out there other than your 2 feet?
I have a motorcycle, but I
That's
don't
awesome.
always ride it. I don't have health insurance, so I ride it to work, and that's kind of it.
What a country.
Yeah, or if I know I have parking, then I'll ride it. But if I don't know the parking situation, I take a lot of cabs, or occasionally the bus, and even more occasionally the metro. If I don't need to be somewhere on time, the bus and the metro sometimes work. But if I actually have to be anywhere on time, they're completely useless.
Not the ideal way.
No.
Abby, I'm just going to say this. I wish you had health insurance. I
Me
don't know
too,
how to know
Vinny.
how-
Look, you're
I don't
preaching to the
know how
choir,
else
my
to
friend.
say- I don't really know how else to phrase that.
Maybe if
But,
everyone at home could together wishes this into existence, health insurance will manifest for
Yeah.
Abby.
That'd be
That's
nice.
how that works.
Yeah, I would love health insurance. Oh, quite a bit.
Bakalar, you probably got extra health insurance over there. Just drop some health insurance around.
No, yeah, I do actually have a little bit of surplus. I'm trying to see if I could use it to fucking power my new car.
shit.
Oh, good. Did you see that in a documentary too?
Yeah. I watched a YouTube channel about Cobra powering my EV.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to see if I can convert that. It's an AC/DC thing.
Abby, I want to see more pictures of your motorcycle. I feel like I saw pictures, but I don't know if it was the same one. Because you sold your old motorcycle, right?
Yes, I had a in-between motorcycle. Like COVID days when I was like staying with family, I had a motorcycle for getting around that I sold.
Yeah.
To then get this one. It's a Honda Monkey. Color is red.
Oh, I did see it. I did.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I've seen that, yeah.
I can send more pics if you'd like. It's fully paid off, though, which is very exciting. I own it completely.
Congratulations.
Sick.
Yes.
Aw.
So if the insurance situation corrects itself, are you just going to be tooling around on that thing constantly?
No, probably not. I think
Okay.
realistically, no. I think what I've learned about living in LA is that I don't think I will be in LA probably an incredibly long time.
Oh, that sounds like you hate it.
I need public transit. I also need people to not be incredibly flaky, ideally.
Oh, that's not the right city for that.
Yeah.
How flaky? Like what? Like
Pretty
I need
flaky.
to hear very specific examples.
Can you name names?
I mean, I can, but that's the issue, which is
Yeah,
why
okay.
I can only get so
Fair enough.
specific. It's just like, if you want to hang out with someone, you have to make a plan way ahead of time. And then I'd say like 50% chance it's going to actually happen by the time
Yeah.
that date rolls around.
Those are bad odds. It's fucked up. Is it because LA is just like so impossible to navigate?
Yeah, nobody
And
wants
just,
to
like-
draw. Like, it's such car culture. It's also like when you're in New York, you can like go somewhere and then be like, hey, let's go to a bar after. And then you like walk a few blocks or take the train and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's better.
But when you have a car, people are like, well, I'm just going to get in my car and go home because I don't want to have to figure out parking at another location.
Yeah, I don't have to pay $20 to park for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's
that's just-
traffic, I'm sure, and like you don't want to deal with
Yeah.
that, and like nobody likes driving.
It's just people don't really leave their house all that much.
Well, like you said, it's a huge sprawl in a way
Yeah.
that like I don't
Everything
know.
is 35 minutes from everything else.
Yeah. And if you live on the east side, you don't go to the west side, vice versa.
That's the same as New York. Who wants to go?
Yeah, that's
cross
true.
town?
But it's like,
That's-
I would never wanted to go to Queens. It's true.
Well, that's too far out. I used to mean crossing like Central Park. If you're like
Yeah.
on the west side, you're like, oh, that's a different country. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody can
I'm in the
go.
middle of fucking nowhere, clearly.
Well, it's crossing water. Like you don't want to cross water in New
Oh,
York,
yeah,
New
no, you
York.
don't want to do that.
you know.
Yeah, we're all like we're all witches. We actually can't cross running water.
I
It's,
got to tell you though, where I am now, I've only gone into the city a dozen or so times since the pandemic started, but where I am now, it's like where I used to live. When I had left Hoboken, but now I'm getting home in like 35 minutes in a car. It's pretty great. I know you're very close, Vinny, too, but
to the city.
yeah,
I can't do 35 in the
I'm
car.
talking like at
to the city.
night though, like when there's no traffic.
That's how long it took me to get to your place today.
Yeah.
From Queens. It
Yeah.
only took you 35 minutes.
Yeah,
that's
no, there was like
great.
no traffic. It was the first time I've seen that in 1,000 years.
There's
1,000
silver
years, that's
linings.
wild.
Silver
Yeah.
linings
Yeah.
everywhere. You know.
Abby, do you like driving a car? I don't like driving a car.
I don't have a license, so I think legally I have to say I've never drived a car. Or
Drive
I've
the
only
car.
driven.
Yeah,
Leave me be. I'm stupid.
Wait, so the motorcycle license is a separate license, right?
It's
Oh,
a separate
yeah.
license.
Yeah.
So I've had my learner's permit a number of times. So I have driven in cars. And I will say, I don't know, I find it's like after riding a motorcycle, riding in a car, I have like no visibility, which I find very strange.
What's this windshield?
I'm putting my hands
constraint.
up
It's-
to
yeah.
the sides of my face to show I have
Yeah.
no visibility.
She drives in a very tiny car. It's
Yeah.
like those like Mr. Bean cars.
She's basically driving in a bird box.
Exactly.
I love driving.
Yeah,
oh my
I don't.
god.
I know.
I think it depends. Like if I'm on like a country road, fine. If I'm in traffic, not my favorite thing. Riding a motorcycle, I do quite enjoy riding, but I still don't like riding in traffic. But
So you're
who
not
does?
like weaving in and out of the cars like those motorcycle
Ooh.
I
maniacs.
will
Ooh.
if it's like
Ooh.
I'm at a stopped light and there's a lot of cars, I will go to the side. But I'm not like if traffic's moving,
Yeah.
I just move with the traffic even if it's a little slow. Again, I don't have health insurance and I don't
Right.
want to die.
Completely
Well,
sensible.
I mean,
Completely.
it's,
Well,
I
health
think the
insurance
first
won't
thing
help
there
with
is
that.
you're on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, that's the danger right there for sure. Man, I was driving home from Long Island a couple weekends ago. Some of those motorcycle guys, man.
on Long Island.
Oh, well, it's anywhere. But like going through traffic, the way the just total disregard for their own life is so wild. You see these freaks, they're zipping in and out. Oh my God.
I've seen people on Long Island. All right, listen.
It's everywhere. It's not just Long Island.
Long Island
let's make
drivers.
fun of Long Island for a minute.
I'm from Long Island.
I'll
I'm
line
going to
up
say
first.
Long Island drivers are they're boy. I don't know if it's that Long Island Expressway or what, but they love to weave in and out of.
But
of
you know
cars.
what?
Like what? No, I don't.
New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts,
Yes,
all top
places.
10 safest places to drive.
That's
Is this
not
true?
true.
You wouldn't know it
Where
from
are you getting
driving
this
there.
fact?
Where do you
Look it up. Look it
who
up.
are you?
They don't even have lane markings in Boston.
Yeah.
Dude, it's true. They rank the safest places to drive in the country. And
How do they define safest?
I guess
Did they
the
poll
least
10
amount of
cities?
vehicular death. I don't know.
Well, I feel like the thing about New York is you don't, at least New York City, you don't really drive above 25 miles an hour. So I think it's a little
In the
harder
city
to die.
proper, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that
But that's a
affects
small part of New
deaths.
York.
Sure, but it's
Yeah.
the populous part of New York.
Yes.
But Long Island, there's just they just put the lanes into oncoming traffic. They don't even care. Like I'm not gonna believe this. New Jersey also. I've been to parts of New Jersey where we had family live, and their insurance is super high because it's ridiculous out there. It's basically a demolition derby circuit that ends at a Target. It's
Jersey's
just,
tough. Jersey, you pay a lot of insurance in Jersey.
Yeah,
Damn.
because they smash cars just for fun over
Yeah.
there. And everything's an expressway. Everything's a turnpike or a.
It's so I'm getting a new car. I'm getting an EV, and I was like trying to put out feelers for what it would cost insurance wise. And
Yeah.
apparently, like I had some person on the phone say, basically was like, gave me one of those like, is anyone looking? Okay, we don't know what to charge for EVs.
What?
He was basically
Is an
telling
EV
me
an electric vehicle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Erectile
basically
vehicle.
saying like they haven't been around long enough, so we don't know how dangerous they are.
Wait, what?
He was basically saying like he was saying like there's a
You
bit
could
of
blow up any second.
no.
out there.
I was saying like, hey, I'm getting this car. What am I looking at for insurance? I was trying to get like a ballpark kind of quote.
And that Geico lizard was like,
And the dude was just like, it's gonna be a little more, but honestly, we haven't been able to like accurately give people estimates on it because they're too new. I was like, all right. I was like,
this is Vito's car
Was
insurance.
this guy's last day doing insurance?
I was like, your entire business model is a fucking racket as it is.
Yeah,
so,
seriously.
Okay, whatever,
Well, drop the name. What's the EV? What do you get? One of those F-150s? You get
No,
yourself a
dude.
big old pickup truck that's electric. You can put some truck nuts on that thing. What are you doing?
No, dude, no. I think I'm gonna get an Ioniq 5. It's a Hyundai. Have you seen that?
No. It sounds cool, though.
I know what a Hyundai is.
Yes, this is I think it's their first fully EV car.
Okay.
So what do you do with the charging? Do you have to get like a garage?
Hamster wheel.
And
and
how
just-
many hamsters do you need?
483,000.
That seems like a lot of hamsters.
No, the chargers get installed in like 2 weeks.
I have a
Oh my
question.
gosh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, I don't know if we have an email open for this podcast yet, but I'm sure we'll get a lot of emails if we do.
Okay. Uh-huh.
If you have an electric vehicle,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the very bad battery plus all the electricity it takes to charge it,
Mm.
is that about the same environmental impact as, say, gasoline? Real question.
Real question.
So, like, obviously, it costs. There is a cost. There's an environmental cost to building things, right?
Of course.
Especially with the materials that go into building a battery, right? Especially cobalt, which is like currently a not a controversial elemental like thing, but
You should have seen what it posted on Twitter.
it's not great.
Thank you.
Hashtag cancel cobalt.
I regret to inform you the cobalt is racist.
But like a long term, obviously, like the thing out there, it doesn't have the exhaust and the pollution that like a regular vehicle does, right? But
I mean,
yeah,
as long as
there's
you're not
definitely
having to replace that battery every 5 years or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and-
Just
and like-
a
and
genuine
there's-
curiosity. This is not me being like,
No, for sure.
recycling takes up more energy. You know what I mean? Like, we should be
Sounds
doing
like it.
environmental shit. But I'm just very curious.
trucks on the road to carry around the recycling.
I like all these. You guys have convinced me. I shouldn't recycle.
There's obviously an environmental cost to it, right? I think you just have a lot of people trying to figure out the best way to figure out what to do with a spent battery. It seems like that seems like the biggest conundrum at the moment. But
why don't they just like throw them into the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
like
that for
space
years.
there.
What's wrong?
Seems like you could just shoot it into the moon, right? Like
I would, I would pay upwards of $10 to shoot a battery into the moon.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
15.
certainly sending things to space doesn't have an environmental impact.
No,
there's no environment there.
It's just I did shot put in high school. I'm sure I could get I'm sure I could get pretty far there.
it's funny though, like if like I feel like we're entering Dan Riker territory with it, which is always you always have
These
to like
podcasts always do.
you always have to be clear of like, oh, we don't want to fucking get too close to the center of the whirlpool because then you just get sucked right down into it. Abby, to your point, like I'm just very much looking forward to not paying for gas anymore.
Oh, sure.
And I'm also looking forward to not dealing with like a stinky, smelly oil car.
That's
is
fair.
my
Wow.
thing too.
That is one of the really amazing things about having a motorcycle is, and granted, I don't ride my motorcycle that often, but I do fill the tank, I'd say, maybe twice a month, and it costs like $5 every time.
Yeah, that thing sips gas, right?
Yeah.
It's just like
It's like my
baby
insurance
sips.
is like $20 a month, plus
Oh
like
my
$10
gosh.
in gas. It's paid off. It's like a $30 a month thing, which is pretty nice.
Do you have to pay for parking?
So I'm in a garage.
Okay, great.
And when I was like gonna sign up to pay for parking, I did pay that first month. But truly, when I went there, the guy was like, "Do you have like a scooter?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a motorcycle." And he's like, "You can just park it. You don't have to pay."
Oh, that's
But,
super
like,
nice. And
But he
cool.
still charged me for that first month. But he was just like,
Okay.
"Hey, idiot, just ride in." So
Yeah.
I just
Well, that's
never
it.
paid
That was
again.
your in. Now you're in.
Totally. Everyone's gonna tell you that out of the side of their mouth too.
Yeah,
Like, there's
exactly,
like,
yes.
just fucking
Yeah,
just
what are you
put it
fucking
in.
doing? Just like
whatever.
ride in front.
Put it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Do you think we will get to a point where if you could launch all the garbage into the sun?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you
I've
could,
thought about this. I have.
that wouldn't be. That's probably safe, right?
Why
if you
would-
could get it there.
Why
Why
did you just
the
send it to
sun?
the sun? Just get it out of Earth's orbit.
Yeah,
and
just
Well,
put
because-
it. How about just
but-
down?
No, I don't want it in Earth anymore. But like,
No, down like south of Earth.
No,
like,
because
just
then
down
it's
that
spatially
space.
speaking.
because
Spatially,
because then that always happened. Listen,
There's
then,
still
like,
a whole
in
gravitational force
yeah,
there
in
you got to deal
300
with.
years, it's going to come back around and be like, crap.
Like,
There's the garbage torpedo.
If you send
we
it
launched.
to the sun, the gravity
Yeah.
is already pulling it in that direction
Yeah.
anyway. If you're trying to get something to break orbit from the sun, that is so
Yeah.
many more resources you got to throw.
Exactly.
played
That's the
Kerbal.
point. The point is that to break out of like our solar systems, right? Our solar system's gravitational force. It's like, oh my god, what are you doing?
I mean, the sun's going to swallow everything eventually anay, so we might
Let
as
it
well send our
have it.
garbage there first.
It wants it anyway. Let it have it.
Every time they send up like an astronaut or whoever's sending up, Bezos is going up there, they should have to put
You
a
think,
couple
yes,
of like,
we should send this man to the sun.
yeah, we should just keep it going, keep the rocket going.
No, you're right.
It's a test flight.
I endorse this campaign because you realize the language behind this dystopian garbage disposal campaign would also be like, send Stardust back to where it belongs. You know, right?
We're all
essen-
made of star stuff.
right? Everything is Stardust, so just send it back to its home.
Like imagine, okay, we need an elevator to.
Oh my
okay,
God.
Why is
Have
it
I
an
told y'all this
elevator?
story? Have I told y'all this story before?
No.
Do you know
About
somebody
Chris
who could build a space
Hadfield
elevator?
and the elevator question?
What?
Oh my God. So, you know astronaut Chris Hadfield?
Yes,
Yeah.
of
Canadian
course.
astronaut. I went
Famous.
to a talk and signing he did a number of years ago. And there was a Q&A, and every Q&A question was absolutely unhinged. There was one guy who asked a question, Chris Hadfield politely answered it, and the guy walked forward and tried to ask more questions. Chris Hadfield was like, no. But anyway, there's this woman in the audience who asked a question, and in all sincerity, she went to Chris Hadfield and said, Chris, why hasn't the world come together to build an elevator to space?
Great question.
No.
What did he say?
He had such a nice, sincere answer.
He was like, "Oh, sweetie."
really did not do what I did. I was sitting directly behind this woman and put my hands on my forehead and kind of was like, what?
Oh, I would love that.
But he had a nice answer of like, well, it's not really a matter of the earth coming together. It's more a matter of resources that it's not realistic and whatever.
Yeah. He's like, it's more of a matter of that's the dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard.
Anyway, I'll never forget that. When is the world going to come together to build that elevator to space?
Yeah, when are we finally going to crack that nut?
As sci-fi concepts go, space elevators are cool as shit, and I do think that the world should come together and build a totally useless space elevator. Like, that's at least that would put our attention on something, okay, not worthwhile, but something non-destructive for a while.
There would be, first thing that's going to happen, we're going to move all the trash up into the space elevator, and we're just going to launch it into the sun.
It's basically just going to be like a big old Earth butthole, just like spewing our garbage into space.
Yep. I would say the first thing that happens is like somebody takes the space elevator and is like, thumbs up, I'm in space, I took the elevator. Second thing that happens is like people start asking like, has anybody had sex in the space elevator?
You fucking that?
Like, dude, that was literally the first thing I did on the space elevator, all right?
Like, anybody have sex in that thing? I bet somebody had sex in it. What's it like to have sex in the space elevator? Oh, man, you got to know.
You ever have sex in an elevator?
No.
Well,
I have.
You have to be real quick, I feel like.
I mean, like, could
you push that emergency button?
Don't you push that button and then all the cameras just come on and everybody's just like, I guess we're just going to look at the elevator.
I'm not saying you shouldn't scout the location first and figure out what cameras you got to take out.
I'm going to make a bold claim. Nobody's had sex in an elevator. I'm making that bold claim right now.
Everyone's had sex everywhere. Come on.
You are truly inviting some wretched emails, my friend.
I lived in New York City and would walk on the street and just see people having full-blown sex just on the sidewalk, essentially.
And one person was pretending they were in an elevator.
They're like, oh, the elevator was broken.
The elevator was closed. Can you pretend you're in an elevator?
Just you poor people.
Yeah, that was Giuliani's New York too.
Giuliani was pretending he was in an elevator.
Yeah,
I need to be in an elevator. I need this.
I'm still thinking about this lady who genuinely thought like the Earth was just
because it's awesome. People need to dream.
Oh, and it's an oft-described thing in science fiction.
Do you think she You think she's just like, oh, well, maybe by then we'll have the elevator. Like her whole life, she's just thinking about we'll get there.
That, like, always blew my mind is not like her being like, so what would it take? Like, what kind of resources would we need? Is this like a realistic physics thing? It was like, this is realistic, but the world doesn't have enough peace to build it.
Yeah, we don't have the might.
That's the thing that I'll never get over.
If we could only get over this hump, we'd get the space elevator.
One day, enough celebrities will sing Imagine to finally bring the Earth together to build the space elevator.
Ugh, what a time. That was such a fun part of the pandemic when we could all just dunk on Gal Gadot. And
when the elites were telling us, hey, we're with you, even though we're not. We're actually in our chalets, like hundreds of thousands of miles away from all of this. But, we're singing.
Were they singing?
They sang Imagine.
That's so sweet of them.
I know.
That's great.
It was the best time.
I remember that because it was like you could see the glow coming. Then COVID's like dark mass would like recede. Voices would get louder and like a bubble, like a JRPG would extend out. And like COVID shrank into this tiny little thing and it disappeared. That was the end of COVID. And I saw it from the space elevator.
Whoa.
Yeah. While having
perfect
sex.
view.
Balls deep.
Yeah. I hit the
Balls deep in the space elevator is officially the title of this episode.
Oh no!
So somebody hit the emergency button on the space elevator again. Don't they know it's full of radioactive waste?
Is it just the size of a normal elevator, or is it like a huge platform?
I feel like it's probably the size of like, I don't know. You know that elevator when you're on the Haunted Mansion and there's like maybe 12 to 14 people standing there?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
somewhat
thinking.
of a freight one.
And also there's a painting that stretches when it goes up and down.
I was going to say, to have it be the size of a normal elevator would just be silly, right?
Yeah.
That would seem very inefficient.
Very inefficient. Might as well build a space escalator at that point.
Oh, God.
How cool would it be, though, the ride up is probably super boring, but the ride down probably fucking rocks.
Yeah, it's like that
free fall
carnival ride where they just drop it at full speed right up until the end.
Fuck that.
Oh, yeah.
Only it's like 30,000 miles.
Could you? Okay, listen. I am all for, and I am pro space elevator, and I am like I think you're all going to be laughing out the sides of your mouth when we get this thing going. And Chris is going to be up there being like, I guess she was right.
Here we are. The world came together.
Could you imagine some kind of umbilical that goes from Earth into space? That thing would be the target for everybody. Would be shooting it with BB guns and like whatever. It'd be like
there would be laser pointers pointed at that thing 24 hours a day.
The coolest thing would be though. I'm gonna stop there. You're just gonna be the space elevator's gonna be there, and it's gonna be its nanocarbon tube, whatever it's made out of. And somebody's gonna be going up, and it'll be like, "What if I would say jerf up here?"
It's the highest it could go, baby.
Who tagged this thing?
You know how long it took me to get up
here? Somebody would definitely climb that thing.
Someone would climb that thing, and they would draw a cool S on the top.
Yeah,
I'd be like, "Now it is good." This is Present Day Vinny again. We'll be back with more Never Been a Better podcast after this quick break. This week's show is brought to you by Bespoke Post. Alex Navarro, you've heard us talk about Bespoke Post and the Box of Awesome before.
Oh, I've done more than that, Vinny Caravella. I have, in fact, experienced the Box of Awesome myself many, many months in a row.
I have, too. I have to say, this month I got a cooler, like a foldable, squishy cooler. And though I'm not necessarily beach body ready yet, I use that cooler to put outside my door when I get vegetable deliveries. And they put the vegetables and stuff in the cooler with like an ice pack. And it's awesome. It's like, you know what? I have a use for this right now that I could use.
That's the beauty of the cooler, Vinny Caravella, is that you don't just have to bring it to the beach. You can cool anything anywhere.
Anywhere. I'll say Box of Awesome. Also, recently we recorded another Never Been a Better podcast. And when we record Never Been a Better podcast, I usually have a glass of whiskey using the whiskey glass that came in the Box of Awesome.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
What is the Box of Awesome? Well, from camping gear essentials, cookout must-have, drink game upgrades, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life. Every part.
Every part.
Every part. To get started, take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories, and each box is valued at around $70, but you're only going to pay a fraction of that price. Plus, with each Box of Awesome, you're supporting small businesses. 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small and up-and-coming brand. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Nextlander at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Nextlander for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com, code Nextlander. Thanks, Bespoke Post. Would you guys go to, like, okay, it's very expensive, but if you were offered a free ride for the furthest out in a spaceship that a spaceship has gone yet, like a commercial one, would you take it?
Could you come back?
50% chance you might not come back.
50? What?
50. One
Absolutely not. I'm not doing it if there's 100% chance of coming back.
Okay. If I'm past the age of 65, yes.
I have some more questions.
Are we just going into
space, or are we stopping anywhere?
No, you're going out there, but it's like you're going to make visual contact with something that nobody's ever seen before, and I can't tell you what that is.
And you have a 50% chance of dying.
We don't know what's going to happen. Nobody's ever come back.
I would love to go to space, but I'd love to go to Mars.
Yeah.
But I would not. I feel like once you're past like Earth's orbit, it just looks like blackness, and it's ugly and sad. And you're just trapped in a stinky box with people.
Space is boring.
All right, I threw that idea in the trash.
Okay.
That idea was trash garbage. It's bad. Yeah. Okay, go to Mars. Never come back.
No,
I probably would.
Okay, Abby. Yeah.
It depends. I feel like it depends on like what kind of terraforming's happening, like who's coming with. But
you're the first wave. So. You're first wave. You're the first wave. It's gonna be tough
somehow.
out there. Yeah.
I'll die on Mars. I won't do it for Elon Musk.
No, fuck that guy.
No.
I just don't think that like there's any appeal to going to Mars in our lifetime.
I mean, it's a caustic environment.
Yeah, like I feel like we know enough about Mars now. We're just like, fuck this place. Like what?
Yeah. Also, like, if I was part of the team to go to Mars, I would be useless. Like, what would I do? Podcast it? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
people got podcasts over there.
Someone's got to podcast it.
I would be like the Mars podcast. Be like, all right, this is what we did today. We grew some potatoes.
You're like the reporter character in every Mass Effect. You're just walking around with a little camera
I'm
robot
sold.
behind you all the time.
Yeah,
You're just there to document.
Yeah, I'll do it in a second.
Yeah.
Welcome to Red Rock podcast.
Yeah, no, it's Red Rock.
Yeah, it's Red Rock. We're here. Welcome to Red
John
Rum.
Tesh is playing out back.
What a great day today. How about this? As an incentive, they say you get to own like some of Mars, and it gets passed forever. Like it gets passed on to whoever you got.
No, I don't care about owning land.
Dude,
Even on Mars?
That's like people who are like, I own a star. You know what I mean? Or like, I own one square in like Scotland, and now I'm a lord.
No,
like,
but then we're clearly going to live on Mars at some point.
I
because
don't
we're gonna
know
destroy
about
this
that,
planet.
dude. I don't know. Like,
I don't think
What if we
so.
air conditioned Venus instead?
yeah, like,
Venus. Nah, I don't know.
Venus seems like
yeah,
one
that's
place
bad.
we are
Venus.
never gonna live.
Yeah.
I just feel like all these Mars pervs who are just like super horny
Pervs?
about pervs.
Yeah,
they're
They
like,
just want to.
we gotta fucking populate Mars. It's like, no, motherfucker, that's not what you need to do. What?
Why
Like,
not?
because it's crazy. We're not there
Yeah.
yet. That is science fiction that no one alive will
They
experience.
can barely keep a robot alive on that
Yeah,
planet.
dude.
Yeah.
It's constantly getting
Forget
covered
it.
in dust.
Forget
Also,
it.
I think if I got to visit a planet, I'd rather visit like a Jupiter. Like I want to see
Oh,
what's
sure.
like
Gas
inside
giant. You
Jupiter.
can't even
I mean,
go
I
to
think you probably
Jupiter.
wouldn't. I think it'd probably be pretty underwhelming, but I think it'd be pretty cool too.
No, I think seeing Jupiter like in front, like having
How
Jupiter
big it
take
is?
up your
Oh my
entire
God.
cone of vision, I would like have a heart attack.
I know. I
feel
think
like
I would too. I think I would. My body would just not be able to handle it. I would go insane.
it is so much like the bigness, the hugeness
Yeah.
would just crush you, like emotionally. I feel like it would just be too. I think even seeing Earth, like that's number one reason I'm not going to space. I cannot handle the emotion of it.
You've heard that thing from like every astronaut, right? Where they
Yeah.
always say they come back like completely, their outlook completely changes the second they see what
I
the Earth
know,
looks
I-
like from that
Awesome.
angle.
I can't handle that trauma. Like to me, that sounds amazing, but the psychological damage that it would do to me, I would never recover.
I don't like just seeing being able to cover with your thumb everything that has happened in all of humanity that we
I can't
ever
handle
know.
that. I can't
No?
handle that.
All right.
I think it's cool because I feel like okay. What we got to do? We got to send up every world leader so they can see Earth and finally come together and build that elevator.
And they
they're
sing
like-
Imagine, and they
Yeah, they sing Imagine in Space.
there they are, the ISS. You're like, you know what?
Elevator time, baby.
It's elevator time.
Who wants to finger blast in an elevator?
it'd be cool if like the Earth, like it just goes up, the shuttle goes up, and they're all like, "This is amazing, we're having," and then just fucking Earth pieces out. It's just like to see Earth just be like, "Oh, there's our chance, just fucking
Bye,
go,
losers.
hit the thrusters, let's go." I think they left us here. It's just like it's like no, seriously, come back in. I left the car door open. Come on, they hit the gas a little bit, and they go a little further out. Like as we found out more about Mars, like as a scientific community, I feel like the weirdness has pushed out to Jupiter, where every dark thing in science fiction now happens at Jupiter. Oh, this mission went out to Jupiter, and they all went bananas and skinned each other alive and ate each other. Whereas before it used to be Mars. So eventually we'll get out to Jupiter and we'll normalize Jupiter, and that'll be fine. And then it'll be like Neptune, and then
Can't you not even like walk on Jupiter? It's
There
all
is no
gas.
surface.
Yeah, it's just
there's
gas.
No surface.
Like there's a core, but that's just molten shit, man. Like you can't stand on that.
I feel like the moons are probably the thing that's more valuable
Yeah,
for studying.
Jupiter's moons are like the new
Saturn.
what's up in
Yeah.
horror.
Some of their moons, it's moons too, right? Like it's
Which
a
is the
bunch of
one?
those.
All the ice, is that
It's,
Callisto?
Europa.
Europa.
Europa. That's
That's
one.
the
Like
one.
the
And then I
wa-
think
yeah,
Europa's
Europa's
the money
the
moon.
one with like all the volcanoes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the
There's
moons
like
are way cooler. Turns out.
115, right? Of like 1,000, 7 million.
Yeah,
7
we got
million
kind of we
moons.
got
You're just
kinda-
saying numbers now, and
we
I
got
like it.
shortchanged
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of
No,
screwed us on
well,
this
first
one.
of all, we've got the moon. Okay, so like think about that.
We've got
Like,
the
trademark.
Moon numero uno.
Yeah, exactly. So when they come around and being like, we got a name. Oh yeah, well we have the moon, and copyright you have to pay us every time you say it.
This moon is the reboot.
the moon.
The
too.
moon.
So we got that one, and also ours is like it's got a like smiley face on it, and everybody loves it, and now it's
like
awesome.
cheese.
And it's very close. Yeah, it's cheese.
Did you guys see that movie about the moon falling into Earth?
No.
Oh,
It
Moonfall.
is
I know about it.
wild.
Oh, I heard that was real dumb,
It's
right?
got Sam Tarley in it, right?
Yes.
It's from yeah.
Exactly.
You
It's a
saw
wild
it?
movie. Yeah, it's a movie that I'm like, how did this get made? There are like big actors in it. Clearly a big budget. Every step, but it has some parts are also genuinely horrifying. It's such a weird movie at
Is it
every
good?
level.
I mean, it's a
had
Roland
fun.
Emmerich movie.
What'd you say, Alex?
Roland Emmerich. It's the guy.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Who's
no,
that?
he's like disaster filmmaker numero uno.
What else has Roland made?
He made Independence Day, didn't he?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he made Independence
Don't
Day.
ask
I think didn't he make Godzilla? He made the U.S. Godzilla, the 90s Godzilla, the one with Matthew Broderick.
Huh.
Oh, wow, where Godzilla has babies? In Madison
Wait,
Square
there's a-
Garden?
When he has
Yes,
babies?
that's right.
so cute.
Oh, no.
Man, I'm looking
Why
at
does he
Roland
have
Emmerich's
babies?
filmography here.
You know,
Are they little?
Why not?
Are they
They're
eggs?
I think they're eggs in Madison Square Garden. I believe. That's
Wait,
what
who
happened.
fucks Godzilla in that movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in the space elevator. Never seen it.
Okay, he made Independence Day. He made Godzilla. He made The Day After Tomorrow. 2012.
Wow.
The second Independence Day.
Okay, good. Then I wanna
Sorry?
make sure that happens.
10,000
Okay.
BC.
What's
Stargate.
that? Wait, what's 10,000 BC?
Nothing you need to see.
Okay, good.
Is it
Okay,
like-
great.
Caveman?
Oh God,
So
he
they-
made
that's-
he made the Patriot, that Mel Gibson movie. Ugh,
Oh,
okay.
no.
Ugh.
Okay, it really is the end of the world.
Yeah.
I want to see that Moonfall. I saw that Moonfall thing, the
Was it-
trailer for that, and it looked like
I think you'd
'cause
enjoy
Halle
it.
Berry's in it too, right?
I think
Yes,
so.
Halle
I'm
Berry.
telling you, it's got
Sure.
like some real actors in it.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that book that was about the moon breaking up?
Seven Eves.
Seven Eves. Yes.
Yeah. That's a scary one. They have like
Yeah.
the that one's pretty good.
Yeah,
That-
the
that's
implications of the moon being destroyed are really
bad.
bad.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Does it end okay? I mean, listen. I saw the trailer, and there's like some weird stuff where they go inside the moon, and I was like, I kind of gotta watch
think
this.
it depends on what you mean by okay. I think there's
Okay.
some horrifying consequences to the end, but they somehow have a sunny outlook despite it.
Oh, I get
Great.
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
one of
modern
those
Hollywood
movies.
disaster movie, totally.
Yeah, where it's like people emerge and they're like, "Oh my god, we're all okay," but then like you pull back like an inch and everyone else is dead.
Yeah.
So they're all like high five, like, "This is gonna be great for my career."
Yeah,
This movie's gonna really catapult me.
Well,
this one.
That was pretty much the end of The Day After Tomorrow, too. It was like 80% of America like froze over and most people died. But at the end, they're like, well, it stopped freezing. So,
yeah.
all right, I guess we can rebuild.
Oh, that honeymoon's got to last
Yeah.
a real short time until you're just like, wait, fuck.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
You're not gonna eat me, right? Like,
Well.
not right now. Not right now. No, not right now. But soon.
Also in Moonfall, it's very clearly like funded by China. So like
Mm.
the US government is like really incompetent the whole time.
Well,
And like, I don't know, they just have like a Chinese like tutor for a kid for no real reason. It's
Yeah,
fun.
they're
I guess
just, like-
Mandarin is she's the Mandarin tutor, but
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's a Chinese co-production and also, like, you know, Hollywood extremely wants all their biggest movies to air in China now, so...
I love a fantastic, like, oh, this was clearly some international movie that a star got paid way too much money to
Oh,
be
yeah.
in. Like, Matt Damon got paid way too, was it The Wall? Do you remember
Yes,
The Wall?
the Great
Oh
Wall of
my
China movie that
God.
Matt Damon was somehow in.
Where it's like the Great Wall of China, and you're like, oh, Matt Damon's in this movie about the Great Wall of China that demons are running over, and he needs to like
Yeah.
hold back the
What?
demons from the wall.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's confusing for several reasons. I actually ran
Yeah.
across one of those when I was doing that Nick Cage feature a few months ago, which I had forgotten about. Is the movie Outcast, which features
Okay.
Nick Cage as a Crusades deserter who has
Okay.
fled to China. And then it's actually mostly a Hayden Christensen movie
Huh.
where he is also a deserter of the Crusades that has fled to China. And then,
Wait,
but,
Darth Vader, Hayden Christensen?
Yes, that Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
And
Oh my
it's mostly him in
God.
that movie, but for about 20 gloriously sweaty minutes, Nick Cage is in it just as this old codger who is like, you know, basically like a warrior that has taken up in a cave in China with his wife. And then at some point he's pulled back into duty. And then he spends the last 10 minutes he's in the movie dying and screaming.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But it was also very clearly a Chinese co-production, so...
How is that was Unmistakable Talent, or the one where he's
the one where he plays himself.
Is
it
that
and
looks
good?
like
Pedro
a
Pascal.
meme movie. It looked like a movie made for people who are too online. I didn't
I
see
was-
it though.
I was very ready for it to be that. It only very occasionally touches on that. It is actually mostly pretty sweet and fun.
Okay.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yes.
Looks kind of boring.
No, I did not see that. I
I'm
saw.
with Vinny. I feel like because if a trailer's not that funny, they put the best jokes in the trailer, and it's not going to be that good. And I
They
didn't find
did
that
not
trailer
put
funny.
the best jokes in the trailer for that one.
Okay, tell us the best jokes, Alex.
They, I'm not sure I can
case.
recreate them here. I've only seen the movie once, but
Wow.
no, I
gotta
will just say
be-
that the jokes they used for the trailer were very much like the most. They market tested to see what like the kids would
Okay.
respond to jokes, not
Interesting.
the actual funny stuff.
I forgot about that. I really wanted to see it.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
We watched that trailer when my wife and I were looking for something to watch, and she said, "How does he keep getting work?"
Wow.
I said, "Oh,
Wow.
And I said,
Why'd
"Oh,
you-
you know, he's did a lot of fun stuff."
Your wife and I need
said,
to have a conversation.
I said, "I appreciate that he goes out there and makes the weird stuff too."
Yeah,
he's. I mean, look, he's. Right, Alex. He's like. He's turning around in the way that I feel like. Who would you relate him to? His not even a turnaround because he didn't really have like that bad of a dip.
He had
Right?
a bad decade. Like, he had a decade where he
Yeah.
was just taking more work
Who
than he
hasn't,
normally
right?
would because he had debts to pay off. And the thing I came away from watching those movies was that even in the really bad ones, you can see him trying to find a nugget of something worthwhile to latch onto.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that Five Nights at Freddy thing in the
No,
bad
that one's
decade?
bad.
Oh.
That one's
Okay.
very
I forgot
bad.
But
about
that's in
that
the good
movie.
decade.
I would say that is in that narrow window where he is starting to come back, but also the ones that he had backlogged from before had not all come out yet.
So, okay, the Sorcerer's Apprentice, bad decade.
That's about the start of the bad decade, yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
National
all right.
Treasure's good decade though.
Oh yeah, no, that first one, totally.
Okay.
I'm telling you, he's still got some like bangers left in him for sure.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I feel like I bet he still has another Oscar in him.
I was gonna say a nomination.
Wow,
but yeah.
that's I think bold. I think that the Oscars are too mainstream for him.
Oh wow,
Truthfully.
hot take.
Like I just think that he like makes big insane choices. Like I think he does
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like nobody acts like he does, which I think is incredible, but I think the Oscars don't. That's not the Oscars.
If he didn't get it for Pig, I don't think he's getting it again.
I think he's going to make a movie about the Oscars, and the Academy's going to be like, "Wow, it would be so edgy for us to pick this movie."
Yeah.
I mean, they
about-"
do love movies about themselves.
I know he needs to make
Yeah.
a movie about movies, and then
Yeah.
they'll do it.
Well, that's
power
the
of
thing.
cinema.
Like Hollywood loves movies about Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So that is the thing. Yeah.
And he's gonna like win the Oscar in the fake movie, and then he's gonna like win the Oscar for real. and like the Oscar Academy's gonna be like, "We're so smart. Look at
They're
us."
just
They were-
like, yeah.
what did he
Yeah,
win the
yeah.
other Oscar for?
Leaving Las
Leaving
Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you think is his best movie, Alex?
oh,
Number one.
Well, according to an article that I wrote for
Oh, right.
IGN.com, Bringing Out the Dead, the Scorsese movie, I thought was
really? That's what you
his
picked
best-
for number one?
Wow.
I think that's his like all the way best work.
What would you say,
Wow.
Vinny?
Out of the movies I've seen, I think my most enjoyable one. Okay,
Are you gonna say
there's,
Vampire's Kiss?
Well,
two.
I was gonna say Raising Arizona. Is
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
my most
Yeah.
memorable.
That's mine. And
Yeah,
my other
like-
one is adaptation.
Both of those were
Yeah.
in my top 5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like Abby, have you seen Raising Arizona?
Yes, not in a minute, but I do
Yeah.
remember really enjoying it. I mean, it's the Coen brothers, and I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
Holly Hunter, right?
yes,
Oh, she's so good.
Yeah,
And they're like a good pairing, too.
they are.
yeah. She's still acting.
Yeah, she was in Succession. She had a whole little arc in Succession.
Oh man,
Season 2, I think.
Prestige TV.
I've
You
never
know what
watched that
movie
show.
I don't think is that good?
What's
is
that?
that
What's that?
movie he did with Cher. And I love Cher, but I was
Okay.
like, I don't
Moonstruck.
see the
I-
appeal of
I
this at
saw-
all.
I
So-
cannot follow you down this path, but I respect
So-
that you have taken it.
So we watched that. So we can reunite a little running bit we used to have on Beastcast. Remember, like every Valentine's Day, Stacey would like make me watch a romantic movie. One year was Eyes Wide Shut. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
remember
I
this
do remember
conversation.
this
the
nightmare.
most
yes.
romantic movie.
Like the most romantic. Box of chocolates and stuffed animals. And all that.
Here's your
Um,
mask. Yeah.
So
Fidelio.
in 21, we watched Moonstruck,
Mhm.
and
Ah.
I had never seen it. And I just like knew about it, and I kept like, so it takes place in like 85, I want to say, around then, like 82.
It came out in
maybe?
87, so I would say they probably shot in 86.
Okay. And all I kept thinking the entire time was just like, why is this movie famous? But
Thank
also,
you, Jeff.
but also, I just didn't think it was that good. Like,
Thank you,
Jeff. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there is some sort of like generational loss going on where like I should identify with the people and the family stuff because it's very much like New York family garbage. But like,
I'm just glad I'm not the one that has to apologize to the Italian American community after this podcast.
Yeah, that's Vinny's. He's got to do it at the meeting.
When I talk to Nick when I see him. Nicky, we call him.
Tell Joey sorry, but that movie's overrated.
Wow.
No, so here I am being like, oh, this is like a very highly regarded film. I'm going to go into it with this open mind, and I don't think it was bad. Like I enjoyed. I sat through it and wasn't just like, but it just didn't speak to me at all.
I'm 100% with you, Jeff. I also don't see, people are like, I love the chemistry and the romance between them, and I don't get it.
It's unearned. Like none of it makes any sense that they're even together.
Jeff, if I could shake your hand, I would.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I don't want to touch
plan
you,
on it. Yeah, when you test negative, we'll talk. But I'm kidding. But no, like, I don't know what. It's just he's like in the basement of a bread factory. It's just so fucking weird.
He's a baker. It's opera. Like the whole thing is operatic and tragic and weird.
But it isn't like it's just I don't know. It doesn't have a lot at stake ever really.
Not everything has to have like dire stakes, man. Sometimes it's
not
just about
dire.
Do some people need to get together or not? That's all it has to be.
Look,
is Olympia Dukakis gonna like find friendship with this weird guy in this restaurant or not? I don't know.
Yeah, they like. They threaten it, but that's about it.
That's all they need to.
I get it. I've been down this road before. I've been down it,
So wait, did you just kind of turn it off and when you were done watching for your anniversary?
No, so like
I'm going to bed.
Because
thanks for ruining it.
At the time, because I think Stacey asked someone on like the show she was working on at the time was like, what movie should, and someone was like, oh, you've never seen Moonstruck, you got to watch Moonstruck. Yeah. And then the credits roll and like we both look at each other and we were like, meh. That's what it was. I don't know. I don't think it was bad. Okay. I just think it's a product of its time for sure.
Yeah, I 100% agree, Jeff. I also love that I brought up the controversial take, and you're the one that's going to get yelled at for it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'll learn.
You goddamn millennials just don't know anything about romance.
Yeah, I'll wear that.
He's like the leading man. He's like that's his big like leading man.
Yes.
Like
that's like his first big romantic lead. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't think the performances were bad either. Like I think everyone was
back
fine.
Down here, you've already done it.
All right, you want romance? Go watch Wild at Heart then.
Okay, I never.
Which
seen
one
that.
is that?
That's the David Lynch one.
Okay, I thought that was an anime.
I'm an anime
probably is also
now.
an anime somewhere. Yes.
Wait, did you say you're an anime expert now?
Yeah, I'm super into 1.5 animes right now.
Okay, cool. Is that 1.5? You watch a lot of 1.5 Piece.
No, I've never seen that. I just know there's like 8 billion episodes of it.
What's your one anime?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, right. What's your half anime?
One Punch Man.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Do you like him?
I like him a lot.
So you're into anime.
Congratulations.
I think I knew it all along. I just like needed someone to show me the door.
Okay.
It's weird how podcasting has become that door for a lot of people.
It's, I've embraced it. I went in with a very open mind, but it was very comforting, and I feel like I understand a lot more of memes now.
That's what anime's for. Good.
That's it.
I mean, look, like the cobalt battery of the internet is basically anime. So, yeah, you should see what the cost is of producing it.
What's the environmental cost?
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
So, Abby, what is if you were like, what would you recommend to Jeff to watch for his like romantic movie? If you're gonna shoot down Moonstruck, what is like? Oh, you should watch this one. This is like, this is gonna make you be like, honey, I love you so much. and I never ever.
Okay.
Well, just to be clear, there's no goal for these like we're not trying to like
We're
reignite
trying to save your
sparks.
marriage, Jeff.
It's not that.
If the movie's bad, they will not touch each other that whole year.
It's true.
It sets
we'll be
the
cursed.
stage.
Yeah. So a lot's riding on this,
pressure.
Abby. Get it right.
I mean, I think it depends on if you want like a rom-com, something light and fun, or if you want like a real movie that's a romance. Because I think if you want like a rom-com, I think the best rom-com, Notting Hill. I think Notting Hill is a great romance that feels like a rom-com. It doesn't feel too cheesy. I also think like something like Miss Congeniality is more of like a com for the rom-com, but
I've
quite
seen
fun.
that a bunch. Yeah.
I also think like, Portrait of a Lady on Fire is a great romance. It's always one of those bittersweet ones. It's French, ooh la la.
Mm-hmm.
There are probably more.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
the French romance.
What do you still watch them every Valentine's Day?
Yeah, we tried to. We didn't. I got away with not doing one this year. She was away.
Wow.
She was in LA.
Wow.
You don't like the
Working on
romances,
something.
Jeff?
I don't mind it. I'll tell you what.
What?
The thing she's doing. She's working on a show right now that's like the horniest thing ever. It's just nonstop banging.
Are they bringing back silk stockings?
Taxi Cab Confession.
No, I
Red
don't.
Shoe Diaries?
No, it's not. It's not like
Porn.
it's not like a Skinamax
Yeah.
thing.
Is it porn?
It's not. It's on Showtime. But
Okay,
it's not.
Okay, porn.
Okay, so it's like
Is
one
Showtime
step
known
away
for-
from porn.
Is that what it is?
I feel like
that how it works?
Showtime used to be the horny channel.
Well, Cinemax was really
Cinemax was the
Cinemax
super horny
was-
one. Showtime was the
Yes.
halfway
Yeah.
between Cinemax and HBO.
Skinemax.
She's working on a show called Three Women, I think is what it's called. It's based on a book, but it's just like
At the
very
same
sexy.
time?
Yeah. Yes. And many more.
Okay.
It's like it's just a very horny show.
Do they have
Okay.
to have like intimacy consultants?
No, but I think there's like dick stuff. Like there's silicone dick stuff.
Whoa, they never show dicks on TV. That's so
No,
fun.
dicks are back in a huge
Oh,
way.
dicks are back.
Great.
Yeah, the kids in the hall brought them back.
Did they- okay.
And from what I gather, and this is not so from what I gather, because people were like, well, you can show boobs,
Mhm.
but like for whatever reason, you don't always see like a real ding dong. You see
Yeah.
like a silicone ding dong.
Huh.
And apparently the reason for that is for continuity.
I think that's what they say, but I think the reason is that men make the contracts and they force women to show their bodies or they won't get the job.
Well, again, this
What is the continuity argument? Like
it's
a
cold
penis
in
is just
there.
not.
no, because like
What if it
you-
drinks?
yeah, exactly. No, what if I mean I don't
But
know.
there's
I-
no nipple continuity.
Yeah, there you go. Asking the right
Huh?
questions, Vinny.
Thank you. Yes.
I mean, again, this is not me, like leader of like the silicone dick.
what are you
movement.
trying to say?
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if you were to put a camera on a dick
Okay.
for 10 minutes,
For
Interesting.
10 minutes.
it would change. Like it would definitely change.
Maybe yours.
Yeah, maybe mine, but it would like that. Look again. There's like there's a reason. There's got to be a I don't think men don't want to show their ding dong.
Are you looking for us to give it to you? Because I don't know if I have it.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying
I
you're
might.
wrong.
Yeah.
You know way more people who make movies than I do.
You know way more dicks than we do.
And I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
a 10-minute unedited shot of a dick would be glorious in a movie.
I'm sure someone's
Just-
done that and
just
as like
the-
an art exhibit.
I will also say for the like continuity issue.
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be the freaks out there, but
I mean,
who cares?
look,
But I don't
Abby-
think most people are going to be going around being like, wait, pause it.
Whoa,
it's a
whoa,
little
whoa.
more shrinky than the last
That
shot.
dick is a whole centimeter shorter than it was
yeah,
before.
they were tense in that
should
shot.
talk to Stacey about it. Be like, hey, what's up with the dicks on
Okay.
your show?
Well, no. Here's the thing. It's not that I don't think anyone over there is thinking that's
Yeah.
a problem. It's that the people who are thinking that's a problem are thinking it's a problem because they don't in any way, shape, or form want their dick to appear anything other than the largest it possibly can be.
I guess. I mean, there's actors who have showed their tiny little dicks on
Who? Name
But that's
names.
for
Name 'em.
comedy.
I want names. Give me
Name
names.
names.
for comedy.
Names.
For comedy.
I want.
don't
Yeah, I
know.
want
Like,
names.
nothing comes to mind. But I've
Who was
definitely
the guy
seen
from
little dicks.
was it the Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Jason, what's his name?
Did he have a small
Eagle.
dick?
It was like a normal dick. Jason Segel. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
just
he showed his
let that
normal
thing
dick.
flap out there, you
Yeah,
know,
that's cool.
flaccid to the wind.
Yeah, why not?
Those,
Harvey
those kids in the
Keitel?
hall.
He has a
Yes.
normal
Harvey
dick, right?
Keitel went
In the
pantsless.
piano.
A lot of
Okay.
ding dongs.
See? It can happen. It can happen. You don't need... There's movie magic, is what they say.
Yeah, but you wouldn't like a CG dick.
Well, I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
I mean,
that
over
would break
versus
the
a
illusion.
silicone dick, I would rather have the silicone dick.
I
Yeah.
don't really know.
You'd like the puppetry rather
I want
than
to
the
see.
CG.
I want the money. I want to see the money on screen.
Yeah.
Well, you mean like you want to be like, okay, hey, I didn't use a stunt dick for this. This is like
Look,
just me.
I want to
That's a
see
body
real
double.
dicks.
It's
for
the Tom
sure.
Cruise philosophy when it comes to like the Mission Impossible
Yeah.
movies. You know, like it's not
Yeah.
all just
I
a bunch of
sprained my
CG.
dick doing the jumping
I'm
from a
doing the
bus.
stunts. You're paying the money. You're seeing that money
Totally.
on screen. You're putting that silicone dick on the guy's dick. I'm seeing that money
Yeah.
on screen.
I have a question about the
Yes.
dick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Which
let's
dick?
say it's a full nude.
Uh-huh.
Where does the real dick go? In the silicone
I
balls?
think it goes in it.
It kinda
I think
Or
slides
do they
in,
do
I
like
think.
a
Yeah.
tuck?
Again, I have no idea about the logistics and the sword in the sheath sort of situation.
This is
Yeah.
just
But-
like the buildings thing early.
Yeah. Huh.
That's right. I only made it halfway through the documentary.
Yeah.
I didn't
don't
see the whole thing.
know.
Oh, look, I saw the end
again-
of Boogie Nights. I know how this works.
I mean, I could probably find out, but I haven't dug deep enough in that specific topic. But it's interesting. I say show your dick if you want. If you don't want to, don't.
I assume the kids in the hall wanted to go do it and wrote that themselves, and nobody pressured them into getting on there and jumping around.
I gotta watch that.
I don't know. What
You
this
won't
is.
have to wait long to see
Good.
the dicks out. I will tell you right now.
I've
Yeah.
heard great things about the new Kids in the Hall, so I'm excited for it.
Present day Vinny here again for one final ad break before we wrap up the show. I hope you're enjoying it. Never been a better podcast. We'll be back right after this. This week's show is brought to you by MeUndies. Alex Navarro.
Yes, Vinny?
Do you know I have been wearing underwear almost all my life?
My God, why would you say that in an ad? Why would you
I'm a-
admit to that?
I'm here. Look, I'm here to just lay it all out there. I've been wearing underwear most of my life. It's just known. Yeah. Now everybody knows. It's just right out there. MeUndies is a celebration of what makes you who you are underneath it all, and who I am underneath it is Vinny.
It's true.
Underwear wearer. They know comfort better than anyone, from undies and socks to bold apparel like onesies and dog hoodies. And now, Alex Navarro, you can show off your inner environmentalist with their new sustainably sourced swimwear collection, partially made from recycled nylon fabrics and water bottles. I don't think I've ever worn water bottles as underwear. Welcome to this brave new underwear world, Alex Navarro.
I'd like to think you would know if you had.
You know, I've had an interesting life.
Yeah,
Alex, you've tried some MeUndies. What do you
I
think?
have. Yes, no, they have sent me underwear. I have even purchased some of my own MeUndies underwear. Here's my dark secret, is that while I own plenty of very plain, boring underwear, I am a sucker for underwear what got cute stuff on it. And they have sent me underwear that has like little cactus guys on it, little bears and other things on it. And you know what? I'm into it.
You know what you might also be into?
What's that?
Their swimwear era. Ultra chlorine resistant UPF 50 plus for extra sun protection. Sustainably sourced and imported under fair working conditions. That's the kind of swimwear I can get behind. That's the swimwear era I can get behind. To get 25% off your first order plus free standard shipping, visit MeUndies.com/Nextlander. And remember, if you're not satisfied, your purchase is on MeUndies. That's 25% off your first order at MeUndies.com/Nextlander. Thanks, MeUndies.
Hey, let me ask you guys, have you guys watched the Mike Myers thing?
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Brad, I think, watched it.
Yeah.
So
What's
Mike
it called? The
Pentaveret.
Yeah, okay.
What is this?
He has a show on Netflix called The Pentaveret, and it's basically like an Illuminati of 5 people who run the world, and it's all like a Mike Myers. It's all of his different characters.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just so weird in a way that I can't look away from it, but also know very well that it is bad. But also, I kind of can't stop watching it at the same time.
Okay, that's something.
So I was just curious if any of you guys had seen it.
No, I've seen The Love
interesting.
Guru. I don't need this in my life.
No, I don't think it's not that level of Mike Myers disappointment, but I think there's to be clear, there's definitely some pretty funny jokes in this thing, but it is truly weird and
I love Mike Myers. Honestly, you saying it's weird makes me more interested than if you're like, it's funny.
I would not say it's funny, but I'd say like, oh, it's worth just experiencing it, I guess, because it is bizarre.
Have you watched the pirate show?
Which one?
Oh, This
Our
Flag
Means Death.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Not depressing, really good. It does end in a cliffhanger, but they did just renew it, thank goodness. But it's really good.
What's it about?
It's about pirates. It's about the gentleman pirates. It's based on true events, obviously very fictionalized. But there's like a gentleman pirate. He was like an aristocrat, rich guy who was like, I want to be a pirate. So he goes out and becomes a pirate. And then Blackbeard is like, who's this weirdo? He's a pirate. And then they meet each other, and it's about what happens after they meet.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's really good. It's really funny. It's Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
And a bunch of
is it actually a comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's really silly, goofy. It's very funny.
What's it on?
Goofy.
HBO Max. And it's just a real, like, fun time. Like, it's pirates, but it's very silly and pretty light.
Yeah, that seems like that's the move right there.
Yeah.
I'm excited for What We Do in the Shadows season 4.
Wait,
I
what?
fell off of it. I need to go back to it.
July. Yep.
Wait, didn't that like stop 10 years ago?
No,
Nope.
there's only been 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It's because it was a show that started before the pandemic, so now that it's still going on, you're like, what? That's from the
true,
before
like-
times.
The gap between 2 and 3 was probably a year and a half.
Okay.
And then the gap between 3 and 4 is less than a year, I think.
Maybe I haven't seen 3 then.
It's possible.
3's good. 3's a good
3's
season.
good. They've all been really good.
And if you're looking for something like that, you should check out Wellington Paranormal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wait, is that new?
It's
No.
it's been out for a few
Damn
years, but it was
shows.
New Zealand TV, which is it never came over here until recently. But it's Jermaine Clement, who's the other guy that does a lot of the Taika Waititi stuff.
Wait, he was in What We Do in the Shadows.
He was in the original movie. He was in.
Yeah.
He was part of Flight of the Conchords. Yes, it's that guy. But like, it's basically like Cops meets X-Files in Wellington, New Zealand.
Okay.
That's fun.
It's very goofy.
What subscription service?
That's actually on HBO Max also.
Yeah, that came to HBO.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yes, so you can get that here.
Man, I think I need to prune.
It's
at
very
some
good.
point.
We really have been blowing through TV in a crazy way. We finished all 3 seasons of Succession in maybe 2 months. Just
Succession's the one where it's like the kids are horrible and they're fighting over the
It's not the only one of
everyone's
those shows,
horrible.
but it's the biggest. Yes,
yeah,
Okay.
everyone is horrible on that show.
like
Okay.
Billions is the other one, right?
Sounds
Yeah.
exhausting.
Yeah.
It's,
So
there's
much money,
there's
it's
something
exhausting.
about it. It's like intoxicating in a really bizarre way.
Well, it's got Brian Cox, which is always good.
he's
but-
amazing. It's very well acted. I think above all else, I think it's acted better than it is written. But it's very very good.
At this point, there's no difference between movies and like a prestige
No,
show.
No,
right?
I
just how
almost
long you
think
got to sit
Length.
there watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I think people almost strive to do a TV series, a short TV series now than they do for a movie. It's more work, definitely, but
You think you think you make more money in the long run if you get a good show?
maybe it depends on what it gets like acquired for, what they pay for it.
I think oftentimes the appeal of working for TV versus movies is like the consistency of like, this will be a longer gig. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it's
like if it blows up, you're like,
Sure.
now you're this
Like
person.
another
right?
season, whatever.
Yeah.
it seems like it might. It seems like it's a much longer runway to tell your story too.
So wild.
I mean, that's why Severance works, is because it's basically like they are telling a 9-episode story. Like there
Right.
isn't like filler stuff in there, but also I don't know how many seasons of that show they necessarily have in them to keep doing. So,
They still do. Was it Black Mirror? Is that still?
oh
is that
god, they
still
just
seasons of
announced
that?
another one of those.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked that for a while. I kind of fell
Yeah.
off after a while though.
I
But
think
after a
I
while,
kinda
everyone was
lost-
Yeah, everyone's like,
After I got
that's enough.
it's too real.
Too real. This is becoming a documentary.
The thing you're parodying is just happening. Like, it's not.
Right.
It's like, no, you fool! You're putting these ideas out there.
Yeah, right. You just need to stop. They're like, that's a good one. We should do that. I just don't want to watch anything. I don't know. I just want to go watch. Just gonna go turn on, see what the kids have on Amazon. What have they been watching? Like, oh, this is good. I'll go watch Kipo again or something.
Dude, that Cuphead cartoon is unbelievable.
Is that what's going on in your house?
What?
So good. It's so good.
It makes sense. I mean, the art style is perfect for a show.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's real fun, real harmless, kind of goofy fun. And I got into Regular Show.
Oh,
What's Regular Show?
Sam loves that show.
Dude, Regular Show is like the generation or two after Ren and Stimpy, basically.
Okay.
Right? How would you describe it, Alex?
I
It's
would say
basically-
it is, it's kind of in that, like, Rocco's Modern Life vein, I would say. But, like, maybe slightly more young adult.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably some stuff was. We started watching it when Dylan was like 4, and that was maybe a little too intense for him because, it's got like super jail tendencies every now and then, where like literally everything like descends into hell and just
But it's like a
things have to
slacker
work out.
comedy in like Adult Swim cartoon
Totally
style.
really fun, great character.
I'll just say this for anybody who doesn't have kids.
Okay.
You probably
That's
don't know
half the
this.
people on this podcast. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking notes.
There is, you probably have never seen this, but like on Netflix and on Amazon pretty much, a whole like world of kid stuff that you just, like a whole different landscape of the app, a whole different portal.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable if you've never seen it. They have like full blown like thumbnails of all the cartoon characters. It is wild if you've never been in there. If you switch to the kids section, how big a market that is for the kids cartoons on the.
The weirdest part of all that, and he's older now, where like some of that mindless shit is unappealing. Where like it'll be like some random thing on Amazon where it's just like a little like crudely rendered truck crashing into marbles like over and over again, and you're just like.
With them like some like royalty free music underneath.
Yeah,
it.
and like it'll and like somehow they'll count to 10, and you're like, what the fuck is this? I'll say this, like he has started watching YouTube content people. Not he just watches, but he watches games content. He watches I know. Well, look, I screen all the people he likes.
Don't promote him. Don't give him the press.
Yeah,
but he really enjoys watching like strategy stuff for Minecraft. Like he enjoys seeing like recipes.
Yes.
He enjoys like he got super into fucking what was it? What's the I'm
Call of Duty.
No. It's the voxel game with like the super realistic physics.
Condemned.
No, recent. It's like it was in early access. Teardown. He got super into Teardown and all the Teardown mods.
Really?
All the Teardown mods?
Well, not all the Teardown mods, but he got into like, he was just like, Dad, show me how to get this lightsaber. And I was like, all right.
Dad,
like,
show me how I can drop Sonic the Hedgehog on the Titanic.
I mean, some of that stuff is amazing.
It is amazing, for sure.
It's really cool.
You've got, you need like a supercomputer to run some of that stuff. But
we've crashed a couple.
It's good.
Yeah.
My kids want to watch YouTube, and we have to heavily supervise. Like,
yeah, you just have to like. He can only see certain ones that we like. Yeah. We have like playlist guardrails for him, and
it's like it goes off the rails too quickly.
Yeah,
you can just wind up in bad places. It gets yucky.
It's weird.
Pretty quickly.
It's definitely weird. But he always goes back to like Captain Underpants.
Yeah.
I grew up reading those. I loved Captain Underpants.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so funny.
They were like coming out right when I was the perfect age for it.
Oh, that's great. My kids love that stuff too. They watch the cartoons.
I always get so happy when I see they're like still making them. Do they still have like the little comic in the back that you can do like the flip page?
The flip? Yeah. And the page always rips. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Fliporama, whatever. Storybots is awesome. Amazing. Can't recommend Storybots enough. Fig was on Amazon. That was a good one too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Storybots is great. There is a really good quality. There's so much crap out there, though. It's so much garbage. I should just make some of the crap. It's so bad. It's just so lame. But my kids now just want to watch and play whatever like adults do now. They're just grown up. Yeah, they're just doing taxes.
Your kids are old now. It's
They're
wild.
old, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Alex saw them today.
Yeah.
They're hanging out with them.
enormous.
Yeah.
Everyone's been to Vinny's house. I've never been to Vinny's house.
Have you never been to my house?
No, I want to see the basement.
No, you don't.
Okay, that's maybe the one part you don't want to see.
Nah, you
It's
don't
a little
want
dingy down there.
No.
You know what I mean? I know it looks cool down here, but that's all for the movies.
Let's just say it's a
dude.
tight fit when I'm sitting there next to him.
It's smaller than it looks. Yeah. No, come on over. Of course you can come over.
Cool.
Kids would love hanging out.
Yeah, just hop on the scooter, drive 3,000 miles, just
Great.
head on over.
I remember when I used to show my daughter and she'd see stuff from the office. She'd be like, "Who's that?" I'd be like, "That's Abby." And she'd be like, "I love her hair." And I'd be
That's
like,
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I feel like when they
Yeah.
came into the office, I feel like your son was afraid of me, and then your daughter just could not care less.
Yeah, that's kids.
Yeah, it was fine, but I was like, oh,
You have a
interesting.
50-50 chance of
Yeah.
either they're terrified of you or they just don't care.
Yeah, I do feel like Max has come out of his shell, and Roxy still could not care less.
That's nice.
Roxy?
I respect it. She seems like
Yeah.
she knows what she likes and doesn't
Roxy's cool,
give a
yeah.
hoot
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
what she doesn't.
No, I respect it.
that. How old
Yeah,
is she
yeah.
now? She's like a real kid, right?
Yeah, she's 7. So
Dang,
like,
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
she's 7. Max is 10.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's they're like little people.
When does he
And,
start middle school?
So he goes into 5th grade next year. So he moves into what in our town is technically the middle school.
Mhm.
I would still call 5th grade elementary school.
It's
They call it the
wild
middle
to
school.
me that is not a standardized thing.
No,
Like
it's not.
growing up, I went to so
No.
many different school districts because we moved around so much. So it was like, oh, in Texas, you started in like the 5th grade or whatever. And then like in Virginia, it was just 7th and 8th grade for middle.
Yeah, that's
That's
what it
where it
was.
was
by me.
for me.
That was
Yeah,
what
yeah,
for me,
yeah.
Okay.
junior high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7th and 8th grade, and then 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th were all high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like they're fun. They're like fun kids, and they like hang out. They watched
gamers.
Alex play some video games. They watched Alex play the drums. It was super fun. Yeah, and like Max is like just a dude. The only
He's a
thing we're
dude who
trying
plays drums.
he's a dude who plays
He's
drums.
got sticks in his back pocket. He's
Yeah.
just like chilling.
That's fun.
He's a total dude.
The only thing we're trying to make sure with Max is there's an age where he's at now where he wants to explain everything and tell you how it is.
I see you've
And, like,
raised a gamer.
Yeah, exactly. And like we have every dinner we have to be like, Max, you're doing the thing where you're trying. Do you actually know what you're talking about, or are you just trying to explain? And we're trying very politely to make sure that we've just seen it in a bunch of other kids,
Yeah.
that do it. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh,
Don't worry, it'll only take like 20,
40 years,
22
yeah.
more years for him
Yeah,
to
right.
realize.
Right. Yeah, and my daughter is definitely like just doesn't care if she doesn't want to deal with you. She just will not deal with
That's
you.
great.
Yeah, she's great. She's fantastic. Love kids. It's fantastic. How old is Dylan?
7.
7. It's
Do
a good
y'all's
age.
kids hang out with each other?
Yeah, they
When we
hung
see
out.
each other, yeah.
They
They
have
hung
hung
out that. Oh, yeah, they hung out. I
Yeah.
remember Dylan was like, he asked about Roxy the next day. He's like, when can we see Roxy again?
That's nice. That's so
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's like such
Yeah.
a weird thing about being a kid is you just kind of hang out with who your parents know. And I guess it also kind of happens vice versa where it's just like,
It
I guess I'm going to talk to
definitely
these
does.
adults because I was invited to this birthday party.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like. I mean, Stacy is very much into like meeting new people.
Mm-hmm.
And I
How
like
does how does that jive with your lifestyle?
no, it's fine. Like I've met like 2 people that I would see again voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ever.
yeah, I mean, like we also live very close to our other friends that we've had for many, many years. So it's like I just don't know how much more room in my life I have for
It's a
additional
narrow
friends.
social
Yeah, who needs
circle.
more friends, truly?
I mean,
I feel like in a
you know,
post-COVID society, I'm spinning too many plates as it is. No more new friends.
like we were saying this the other day. Like we had a bunch of people over because a friend from out of town was here, and we're like, "There's a lot of people here. We're good.
Oh,
We're
wow.
good." You
Yeah.
know.
But you're social people, Bakalar. You're like a social person. You like that stuff.
That's
Like a
true, but like
butterfly.
when it comes to like his parents, his friends'
Yeah.
parents, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, we got it. It's tough because
Draw the line.
they want to hang out and they're like, oh, you guys should come too. And we're like, but should we? But should we?
Have you thought this through?
Have you thought it through? Do I need to swim in your pool?
Oh, they have a pool. You should be friends with them. Jeff, you fucked up.
Those are the ones I'd say I hang out with.
The
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, going over to the pool kid's house? We're going.
Yeah,
Alright,
let me
cool.
get my long sleeve shirt on.
Like
let me fondue dip myself in SPF. and
70% of pool ownership is just trying to find excuses to get other people to come to your pool
Yeah.
to justify you having a pool.
It's true. It really is.
I don't know. If I had a pool, I'd be okay not having other people in it. I would just be
No,
like,
but
I'm into my
like-
pool.
You know, but there's something self-serving about it where you're just like, well, you guys could come back to the pool if you want. You
we
know,
got a
we'll order
pool
a pizza. Yeah.
Order a pizza and go in the pool. No, I'd be like, I'm in the pool and nobody else is allowed in the pool when I'm in the pool. That's it. I need the whole pool. It's somebody else is in this
It's a
pool. that I've
pool, not
messed
a
up.
bunker, Vinny.
No, it's a pool. It's a pool. Like, if I had a pool, I've said this before. If I had a pool when I got home from work, when I was commuting to the city on that ride, I would have just walked into the pool fully clothed and just jumped in. That's what pool ownership is to me. Like, nobody can stop me. I can jump in my clothes.
Yeah.
I do that in every piece of running water I have in my house. The toilet, the shower, I just jump in with my clothes.
Pee
That's how
wherever I want.
I could pee in this pool anytime I want and nobody could stop me.
I'll tell you, I don't miss that. I don't miss commuting in the
Peeping.
I don't miss commuting in the summer.
No,
I don't miss commuting at all.
Bad. Oh,
Like,
commuting.
I do not miss being in an office. I think it feels so antiquated now.
I miss Eugene. That's it.
Yeah, I miss Eugene.
We all miss Eugene.
I do miss like going to a bar after work with everyone. I miss that for sure. I don't miss riding on New Jersey Transit, the most like unreliable infrastructure in the history
I wouldn't
of the
trust
world.
anyone who did.
Yeah, but like I think there's something to be said about just like getting up and getting out there and doing the thing. You know?
I will say there's like, I used to have so many opportunities, and I feel like it's both New York and both pre-COVID, where I would just like go places and know I would see people I knew and liked. And now it's like an ordeal to make plans to see anyone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like before you could just like show up. I could do like a comedy show and be like, well, I know I'm going to have a group of people there. Don't have to like make a plan. We're just all showing up to the same place every day.
Yeah.
I want to say shout out to the people who never stopped commuting.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. As we're sitting here being like, remember commuting? And
Yeah.
people are like, I never stopped commuting.
There were
and
plenty of
going
people on that subway today that definitely have been doing that commute for a while
Yeah.
and were very over it.
Yes, and that New Jersey Transit bus I do not miss, but I do miss. Yeah, I miss seeing all of you guys in the office.
Yeah.
A little slice of heaven. and I
Our little
miss that.
seltzers.
I wonder, Bakalar, do you know? Have you talked to Eugene? Do you know if he's still like? Is that office still open?
Yeah. That office is
is.
still open. I don't know if
Oh.
Eugene's
Okay.
there.
I
I
wonder
know
who's at
people
my
who are
desk.
there though.
Yeah, where's my desk? I want to check my
Yeah.
desk.
Who's at our
can-
desks?
That whole office looks exactly the same.
Oh, that's
Great.
awesome.
Yeah, because
So
I have
is it-
friends who left and went back to CBS.
Did they put
Wait.
stuff in our studio? Like, what's in the studio?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know
what's in
what's
that
in the
room?
studio. I don't know. I could
just-
find out.
They just put like their frozen foods in there. And
There's just like a petting zoo in there now.
You know,
it was so cold.
It was so cold in the. It was what was it cold in the summer and then hot in the winter. It was
It
like
was
everything
hell.
was terrible.
I'll ask my buddy who sent me photos of like, he sent me a photo of like the giant bomb like studio door, like the frosted window.
Wait, what?
He sent me a picture of like the frosted window from the hallway.
That window was not frosted when we were there.
It wasn't frosted?
It was half of it was frosted.
Was it? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because we had like for the 6 Crazy Frights,
People looking at it all the time.
it was like you looking in the window. Like that was
Oh.
part of the whole intro.
Oh, but that's the door window. But
Yeah.
the one that was behind where I sat.
Yeah,
was
no, like
frosted.
where Eugene sat.
Oh,
That window.
window where the
Yeah.
light was.
He sent me a
Yeah,
picture
yeah.
of that, and he was like, "Remember this?" I'm like, "What are you, an idiot?" Of course I remember this.
the outside of the studio.
2 years ago. You fucking crazy asshole. But no, yeah. It's all that shit's still there. It's all.
Is there popcorn? Like, is there?
No,
They're
well,
just
dude, don't
yelling
forget, like
occasionally?
all the scene at like the popcorn was Brian, and he left.
Oh.
But is CNET still in there?
No, dude,
What's in
it's
it? What's in there?
CBS. It's a CBS office.
Oh, that's
Paramount.
right.
Yeah, how
Because
could
they're
CNET still be in there? That would be very weird.
I
Yeah.
had a little bit of the time lapse thing. I don't really
No, because I know
remember.
people who
Okay.
left and went back.
Okay,
Wow.
okay. So it's
Yeah.
still CBS, and that's still a company that exists.
Yeah, I
To the
mean,
best of my knowledge, CBS is still a network.
I think
yes.
it's called
If you
Paramount
say,
now.
if you say so.
I think they call themselves Paramount now.
Okay.
That Whole Foods, they were like building a
Oh,
thing
is
on
it
that first
open?
floor
I don't
for
know
like
if it's
500
open.
years. And we just had to deal with the
Yeah.
construction and never got
Yeah.
the nice.
Yeah.
That was horrific, by the way.
That was
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that was real bad.
How about Bono's Cafe? I heard the like all the bars over there closed. Like,
yeah, I heard. I think Churchill is open again.
There's another one that we went to that had the bad bands play that Mahardy
That's
liked to go
gone.
to. That's gone.
Yes,
Yeah.
he texted both of us and said like, "This is gone."
This is gone. Well, everything changes. Everything changes. Everything stays the same. That's
Pretty much.
Look at me. I'm a philosopher. All right. We're gonna wrap it up.
Okay. Damn, you're a drunk philosopher.
That's
Let
Yeah.
me just do a burp and wrap this up.
Hey.
Everybody hear that one?
Who's gonna drive me home?
Dad's
Speaking
been
of
doing some
churches.
podcasting, all right?
It's gonna be a rough walk up those stairs.
That commute is just I still have my little monthly. I gotta go show up when I get to the top of the stairs. Yeah, no, that's gonna do it. Thanks, Abby. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah,
Thank
hell
you for
yeah.
having
This
me.
is
I'm
great.
so excited
Of course.
to be here and to keep
It's so
doing
fun.
this. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I think once a month also is just so much more relaxed than like having to schedule things multiple times.
all
a
right,
month
what's the
because-
topic this week? Fuck, what? Okay.
Not even that, just like finding times when everybody's available because everybody's doing other things. It's so hard. And
Yeah.
like once a month just feels like the pressure comes off a little bit and get together and just hang out and catch up. So I really appreciate it.
I'm going to ask a very sincere question.
Uh-oh.
Should we have talked about video games during this, or is that
No.
not the point of
That's
this?
really not
Okay,
important.
No.
sick. Rock and roll.
Aren't
I'm
you
into
sick of
it.
that shit?
Yes,
sick of
I'm
that
like
shit.
thrilled.
I mean, someday we
yeah.
might, but like only if it comes naturally.
We've
All
got
right, great.
so many. We all have so many other outlets where we're talking about video games. Like if we don't talk about video games, I'd much rather hear about your guys' lives.
Me
and what's going on.
too.
Yeah.
Good catch up.
Yeah. Thanks. So thanks, Abby. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Alex.
You're
Thank
And
you.
we'll be back next month. We'll put up another schedule. Now that we've had everybody on, we gotta mix it up. We gotta shuffle the deck.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
cool.
now we get to really see who's availability is out there.
Nice. Wild
Yeah,
card.
that's right. I think 4 is the right number though. 4 seems like good. I think 5 on Skype or like virtual is just too hard to do.
I
So
can't wait for the day when everyone's available and you're going to have to do a real Sophie's choice of who you're going to be like, you're not invited today.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'll just take myself out and be like, you guys have fun.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Good luck editing
I'll
it.
just hit record.
Yeah. I'll just hit record and I'll walk away. All right. Thanks, you guys. We'll be back again next month. See ya.
Bye.